In a big city lived a man. His name was Michael Daniels. He was a police officer. -1 years of service, thousands of calls, hundreds of arrests. He knew the streets of this city like the lines on his own hands. But after all these years he realized one thing. The street is always hungry. It takes your friends, your strength, and sometimes your life. Michael often wondered why he still went on duty. The answer was simple: the oath. Once, he swore to protect this city. And every night he reminded himself, if not him, then who? But behind the oath there was also a reason closer to his heart. He had a family, a wife and a little daughter. Every morning she hugged him and whispered, "Daddy, just come back home." He always smiled, he always nodded, but deep down he knew that promise didn't always depend on him. That evening the rain poured endlessly. The sky pressed low, drowning the rooftops. The city was alive, neon and laughter in some places, screams and violence in others. Michael sat in his patrol car, listening to the radio. He thought his shift was almost over. But then static cracked. All units, code 10 to 8. East Industrial District, armed suspects, possible hostages. Repeat, code 10 to 8. Michael exhaled slowly. This wasn't an ordinary call. The dispatcher's voice carried weight. He knew he was going in alone. He hit the siren. The car roared through wet streets, red and blue flashing in the rain. His knuckles whitened on the wheel. Another night, another test of strength, he thought. The warehouse stood like a dead giant, silent, watching, waiting. Michael cut the engine, drew his gun, one deep breath. His heartbeat was so loud he thought the city could hear it. The iron door creaked. Darkness swallowed him whole. The smell of damp and rust. The echo of dripping water. Step by step, each footfall louder than the last. Suddenly, gunfire. A burst tore through the silence. Bullets smashed into walls. Concrete shattered. Michael dove behind a crate, fire burning in his shoulder. He gritted his teeth. Damn, but there was no time. He leaned out and fired. One man dropped. Another slipped behind a pillar. The firefight raged. The warehouse thundered. Every shot cracked like thunder in his chest. And then silence. Only the sound of rain through broken windows and his own breath. He tore fabric and wrapped the wound. His hand trembled. And then her face came to him. His daughter's smile. Her voice. "Daddy, come home." He closed his eyes, but forced them open. Footsteps. Heavy. Coming closer. 3 shadows emerged. The first fell to a single shot. The second lunged. Fists cracked against ribs. Bodies crashed into concrete. Michael hit back, forced him down. But the third grabbed his throat, choking the life out of him. His vision blurred. With his last strength he fired point blank. The body dropped. Michael gasped for air. I'm still alive, but for how long? Then he appeared. The leader. Tall, with cold eyes and a knife in his hand. "So, hero, you thought you could win. This city is rotten. You want save it." Michael said nothing. He just gripped the gun tighter. The fight was brutal. Not a shootout, but survival. Fists. Blades. The knife tore across his vest. Michael collapsed on the concrete, chest burning. The leader pressed down, face close. "Tonight, you die here. And the city is ours." Time froze. Images flashed. His wife, his daughter, his oath. Michael reached deep, deeper than ever before. His hand closed on the revolver. A single shot. The silence shattered. The leader crumpled. Flames erupted. Beams cracked. Smoke choked the air. Michael stumbled to his feet, every movement pain. Step by step he reached the door. The night air hit his face. Rain washed the blood from him. Behind him, the warehouse burned like hell itself. Sirens howled closer. Red and blue lights cut the night. He looked at the city, at the streets sleeping peacefully. And he whispered, "As long as I live, this city will breathe. I'm still in service." Code 10 to 8. He stepped forward, but his eyes caught something. On the ground, next to the fallen leader, lay a note soaked in blood. He picked it up. It read, "We were only pawns. The real enemy is inside your precinct." Michael froze. A chill stabbed through his spine. His heart pounded harder than ever. The wounds, the pain, they vanished. Because now he understood. This wasn't the end. This was only the beginning.